Hi everyone, this is Mr. Siu from Math Accelerator Center, and in this P4 revision, we're going to focus on whole numbers. The problem sum strategies that we cover today will be number 1, total and difference, number 2, stacking model, and number 3, comparison model. Okay, let's go to the question now. The strategy we're going to cover today in this question will be total and difference. Okay, I'll read the question first and I'll explain to you how we approach this question using total and difference. Mrs. Raj bought 50 more pens than pencils. She bought 438 pens and pencils altogether. How many pencils did she buy? Right? So after reading the question, let's underline some of the key words. Here, we know that the number of pen is more than the pencils by 50. So this is the difference. And she brought 438 pens and pencils all together. So then we know that this number is the total. Alright, so after we draw this, after we highlighted all this information, now let's try to organize all this information in the form of a model. Right, we have the total and difference, therefore the strategy is called total and difference. So we start by drawing the pen and the pencils. Based on the first statement, we know that there are more pen compared to pencils. So we draw the pens this way, longer as compared to the pencils. Down here will be the pens. Down here will be the pencils. We know the difference between them is 50, and the difference between them is 438. So here will be 1 unit, here will be 1 unit. So the model is complete. So now we're going to form the equation to help us to solve the question. On the left side, we can see that we have 1 unit, 2 unit, and 50. So we can write 2 unit plus 50, and that will give us 438. Next, we're going to find the value of 2 unit. Now, if these two numbers add up to give you 438, if we take away 50 from the total, we'll be able to find the value of these 2 units. Therefore, we take 438 minus 50. So we carry out our subtraction. So this will give us another 8, and we're left with 3 here. So we know that the value of these 2 units is 388. Now we're ready to find the value of 1 unit. So we'll take 388 and divide it by 2. So we do our division at the side. (18) 9 times 2 is 18. And we have 0, we bring down another 8. So this is 4 times 2 minus 0. So we know that the answer here is 194. So 1 unit is 194. How many pencils did she buy? She bought 1 unit of pencils. So we know that the answer for this question will be 194 pencils. Right, so this is the strategy called total and difference. Right, so let's recap. We underline some of the keywords in the question, and from the keywords we translate into a model where we have the longer bar representing the pens and the shorter bar representing the pencils. The difference between them is 50. So we have the difference of 50, and the total of these two sets of items is 438. So then we form the equation 2 unit plus 50. So here is 2 unit plus 50 will give us 438. So we find the value of 2 unit, which is 438 minus 50. Based on our calculation, we get 388. So from 2 units, we need to find the value of 1 unit. So we divide 388 by 2, we get 194. Therefore, we have 194 pencils. because the value of the pencils is equals to 1 unit. Let's move on to the next question. In this question, we're going to talk about stacking model. Stacking model means you, instead of drawing model horizontally, like in a part hole model, we're going to draw it vertically, right? So let me read the question and later I'll show you how we draw vertical models. A table costs 160 more than a chair. Mr. Slim bought a table and 5 chairs for $328. Find the cost of one chair. So let's underline some of the keywords in the question. Here will tell us the difference between the table and the chair. And Mr. Slim bought a total of 1 table and 5 chairs for this amount. We're supposed to find the cost of a chair. Now, based on the first statement, right, we will know that the cheaper item must be the chair. So we can write 1 chair is equivalent to 1 unit. And the table costs more than the chair by 160. So 1 table is equals to 1 unit plus 160. So this is the basic information. So now we're going to use a model to sketch out this group of items that cost 328. So we have 5 chairs. We know that each chair is 1 unit. So we draw 5 units. Over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have a table. Remember, table costs more than the chair. So this is where we have our 5 chairs and 1 table. So this 1 table is 160 more. So let's put it over here, 160 more than the chair. So each of these will be 1 unit, as we mentioned over here. The total of this set of items is equals to 328. So after we completed the model, we will form the equation. In this equation, we'll see how many units we have on the left side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a total of 6 units and 160. And that will give us 328. Now we have to take away 60 to find the value of 6 units. So therefore 6 units is 328. We take away means to minus 160. So we carry out our calculation. 328 minus 160. 8 minus 0 is 8. 2 cannot minus 6. We have to borrow. So 12 minus 6 is 6. 2 minus 1 is 1. So we arrive at 168. So from here, we need to find the value of 1 unit. So to find the value of 1 unit, we take 168 and we divide by 6. We will carry out the long division at the side here, 168. We divide by 6. So 2 times 6 is 12. So 16 minus 12 is 4. Then we bring down 8. 8 times 6 will give us 48 minus left 0. Right, so 1 unit is 28. So we're looking for the cost of 1 chair, and we know that each chair is 1 unit. We found our answer. It is equals to $28. So therefore, we can put over here the answer. The value of each chair is $28. So that's how we arrive at the answer. Okay, vertical model. When do we draw vertical model? When we have this group of items, right? We have a group of items. We have a difference between the items. Example, the table costs 160 more than a chair, and we have this group of items, a table and 5 chairs cost 328. Okay, when you see this, okay, my suggestion is you draw a vertical model, right? So this will give you a better idea on what's happening, right, in this question. So from the model, you can visualize that we have a total of 6 units and 160, and this gives us a total of 328. So we form the equation over here, right? After that, we find the value of 6 units. When we subtract 160 from 328, we will get 168. Then we find the value of 1 unit. We divide 168 by 6 and we arrive at 28. So that's how we arrive at this the answers for this question. Okay, so we will be moving on to the next strategy. In this question, we'll be using the comparison model to help us solve this question. Right, let's read the question. Adam, Ben, and Claire had 2,659 stickers altogether. Ben had 162 more stickers than Adam. Claire has 137 fewer stickers than Adam. How many stickers did Adam have? Right, after reading the question, as usual, we'll highlight the keywords. This is the total for these three people. Ben is 162 more stickers than Adam, and Claire is 137 fewer than Adam. So our objective is to find out how many stickers did Adam have. So after reading the question, we organize the information in the form of a model. So Ben is 162 more than Adam. Therefore, we know that Adam will have more. Ben will have more than Adam by 162. This is Adam. This is Ben. And here we have 162. Next, we have Claire is 137 fewer than Adam. So we have Claire and is fewer than Adam by 137. So in fact, this is the difference of 137. So the total between the three of them is 2,659. Now, before we solve the question, let's add more information. So since Claire is the one with the fewest number of stickers, Claire will be 1 unit, Adam will be 1 unit plus 137, and Ben, okay, let's include this 1 unit and 137 to complete his model. So now we have the full set of information. Now the first thing is we have to add these three numbers, right? 137, 137, and 162. So we add 137 plus 137 plus 162, and we will arrive at 436. So we also notice that we have 3 units here. So these 3 units plus 436 will give us a total of 2659. So we write over here 3 unit plus 436, and we will get 2,659. In order to find the value of these 3 units, we must take away 436 from the total of 2659. So we take to find 3 units, let's write this way, 2659 minus 436. So we carry out our subtraction at the side here. 9 minus 6 is 3, 5 minus 3 is 2, 6 minus 4 is 2, 2 we just bring down. So we know that the 3 unit will be 2223. Next, we find the value of 1 unit. So we will take 2223 divide by 3. So we do a division. So 2223 divide by 3. 7 times 3 will give us 21. 22 minus 21 is 1. Then we bring down 2. 4 times 3 will give us 12. 12 minus 12 is 0. We bring down 3. 1 times 3 is 3. So we arrive at 741. The question asks to find how many stickers did Adam have. Adam is 1 unit and 137. So Adam will be 741 plus 137. So let's carry out our calculation one more time. So 741 and 137. 1 plus 7 is 8. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. So we know that Adam, he would have 878 stickers. Right, so that's how we use the comparison model to solve this question. You notice that in comparison model, there's a lot of information, right? Especially when you have the difference between you have three people, it makes it a little bit more complicated. So it will be easier for you, okay, as a student, if you're able to organize this information in the form of model before you carry out the calculation, right? So do it systematically and calculate the total or the sum of the missing parts bit by bit. Example, in this question, we know that we have to start drawing the model between Ben and Adam. So Ben is 162 more than Adam. That's how we draw the model. Longer for Ben, shorter for Adam. Claire is shorter. The model is shorter than Adam by 137. So over here is Claire. After we draw this, we know that Claire has 1 unit and Adam will be 137 more than 1 unit. Then we complete Ben's model by adding all this information here. After that, we're able to form an equation. After we form this equation, where we have 3 unit plus 436 equals to 2659, we will do a subtraction and we find out that 3 units is equals to 2223. From here, we divide by 3, so 1 unit will give us 741. After we find the value of 1 unit, we go back to the question. We're looking for Adam. Adam is 741 plus 137. And we will end up with 878. And that will be the answer for this question. Alright, hope you find this video interesting. Right, do practice on this so that you gain mastery before your year-end exam. Alright, and I'll see you in the next video.